Okay.
I'm getting system updates and
Ah,
etc. stuff. So I'm not.
well, we're glad you're here. Yeah, that's the important stuff, I guess. This, yeah, as I was saying before, this new format, that for the setting up the webinars is a little different. So I hope everything has been done right. I'm going to get rid of this thing here. We have a few people here, and hopefully a few more will join us. We had about, I think, 12 or 13 sign up, and we sent out some emails yesterday. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the summer webinar, and today we're going to talk about SMARTBoard Notebook. And I had a little problem yesterday because I realized I didn't have a copy of SMARTBoard Notebook on my computer. I had turned in my school laptop for various reasons, and so what I did, let me just show you. This is kind of interesting in case you are at home. No, okay. I needed a copy of SMARTBoard Notebook, and as you probably know by now, it is a purchased tool. The school purchases it. Used to be free, and people could put it on their computers at home. And if you want to put it on your computer at home, I found out you can, I think, and I'm not sure. Okay? Now, up here, I went to Google and I typed in SMARTBoard Notebook Download, and it brought me to this page. And one of these, the one in the middle, says, I'd like a free download of SMARTBoard Notebook Basic Version. And this is what I downloaded. Doesn't have, I'm not sure what, all the bells and whistles, but this is what it has, the basic version, okay? Has a lot of things. There are some things it won't have that you would have on your school, but if you want to put it on your laptop from home, you can do that. But anyhow, it worked out pretty good. And I am not sure if you have it on, when you have it on your school computer, which version you actually have. I think it runs from what, 16 to 18 is what I heard at school. And right now, this one was Notebook 19 that downloaded. I don't see a whole lot of difference, but there may be some variations in the one that you have and the one that we're talking about. So if I do something on, on the presentation today and you don't see it on yours, it might be because your version is either not the most up to date or whatever. And I don't know if they're pushing out the new ones yet, Raj. So do you know anything about that? I know when I did it in early in the spring on a Sunday night webinar, people were telling me I think they had 16, 17, and I was using 18. So anyhow, with that, you can download it. It's not really that hard. They ask you a few questions about your job and so forth, and how many millions of dollars. No, they don't ask about money. But anyhow, so you can download it and put it on your home computer, and I find that kind of useful. The only thing is, when I did it, I did run into a couple of issues that made me wonder a little bit, so we'll go from there. Okay. Can't do this all in 1 hour. We'll do as much as we can, and if you want, please, there'll be a thank you email in an hour. There's a little survey in there that hopefully you'll be able to access and finish. And if not, send me an email if you'd like to extend this. If you'd like to do another webinar, a couple hour study group, or maybe even a 6 or 10 hour study group, please let us know. I mean, that's what we're here for. Okay? Okay. This is Notebook. All right. Now, let me just show you. Notebook has basically 4 parts. Number 1, up here, this is, the toolbar up here. They call this the kind of the toolbar. They call this the menu. The pictures here, we'll go through some of these and show you some of the cool things you can do with them. Over here, and it's very important, these are the tabs. We don't have time to go through all of these tabs. These two, especially at the bottom, are really cool, but they're kind of involved and take a lot more time. And you may want to go through and do a little learning on your own. And this is, of course, the page view, the big white spot over here where you can do stuff. All right. I'm not really going to go through the this toolbar up here. You can figure out most of this stuff by yourself. However, I do want to show you this. If you want some help, go to Help and click on, I think it's the Welcome. Yes, if you click on Welcome to the Smart Notebook, there is a little run through here. It's not the best, okay? But there is also there are also lots of videos and so forth that they will direct you to, so you can learn a lot more if you want to pursue it after today. Okay. Now, let's get started. How can we use this? What is it? It's a great little tool. It's kind of like a presentation thing, but it's a good tool that I think you could use, the kids could use, and we'll show you a few little things that you can do with it. You can create programs, and there are many resources out there already. We'll show you at least a couple of sources where you can get things so you don't have to create your own. Now, some of them up here are pretty self-evident, but they have a little add-in, so we may go through a couple. Let's just start here. Obviously here, this is just, as you notice, I put in some slides here, okay? I'll show you some of these in a minute. But I'm at slide 1. That's the highlighted one, going down to slide 2, back to slide 1. Okay, you can do that, or you can just click on the slide too, okay? And if you wish to add a slide, I'm going to go down here and then hit plus, and it'll add a slide after the one that you're on, okay? If you want to remove it, you can hit delete the page. Boom, it's gone, okay? Pretty simple there. So here's the save. This is open a file. I mean, you can do it over here and open too, as most people do, and the same with the save. All right, now, let me just go to this page. I know, isn't that exciting? It says page 2, it's actually page 3 because I added a blank one. The little red X here doesn't come into play, and sometimes it doesn't really work real well, but we'll show you. But the one underneath it is kind of cool. It's a screen, and if you want to show part of the window at a time, this is kind of nice for that, okay? Oh, excuse me, I've got to turn off my, okay, I'm sorry, I apologize for that. Anyhow, it's a screen that you can show part of, and you can then, obviously left to right, okay? So this would be a good thing if you wish to show part of a page at one time, okay? To get rid of that, there is a little X, and you can click on it. That little X here is supposed to work too, but sometimes it doesn't. See, I'm clicking on it now and I don't see it. Okay, so I'm just using that. Screen. Cool. This is just a table. If you're familiar with Microsoft Word or some of those other products, you can put a table in, and I'm pretty sure you can figure that out. But underneath it is we have a couple of measurement tools that you might find useful. I know, especially if you're teaching math, it might come in useful. One is the ruler. Let's just take a quick look. A ruler here, okay, and you can turn it, but if you have the little 4 arrows, you can't use it to measure. Okay, this line is a little bit over 5 inches, I think, a little 5 1/8 inches or whatever. Okay, pretty easy. And if you want to get rid of it, you can just click on it and delete it. That's pretty cool. What's even nicer, though, is this. Just to show you a couple of things. A little protractor. I have an angle here. Okay, let me just see if I can grab this protract. I don't want to move it. I want to just move this. I'm going to put it right here. Okay. Now, notice over here I have 2 little green things. If you don't see those, you may have to click once to get them. All right, so now I'm just going to move this up to here. Okay, and I can measure and say, that's about 24, 25 degrees. Well, if I'm not really sure, click here and look what happens off to the right. It gives me a little diagram of the exact, okay? And if you wish to do more, see, and you can do that. So that might be useful. Some tools that are built in already. There's a protractor and a compass built in, and this one is kind of involved. Okay, but anyhow, those are pretty simple. Now, going across this picture, this screen, this block, just allows you to view your page in different ways. This is kind of like full page, okay? To get out of it, I think you can just click this little guy right here, okay? And again, these are various views. There's dual page, 50% entire page. Sometime if you get to the bottom, you're going to say, why the entire page? Am I not seeing it? No, you'll notice this little elevator shows that there's more to this page, and you can, if you want, extend the page to make it even larger, okay? Now, let me just go here, just to get a different view. Now, actually, let me go back here. There is another page in here that I'd like to show you, and it's kind of weird. Notice it says transparent background, okay? This is, you're still looking at Notebook, but you'll see some of the tools down here and so forth. What if I forgot to open it, I bet, or did I? I don't remember. Had a map. This is a map of downtown Niagara Falls, and I'm showing it. And this can be done in other tools, Word, and I think right on Windows. But if you pick a tool, you can then start drawing. Hey, I want you to go down this street, go across here, run across here. Don't drop over the, okay? If you wish to work on a transparent screen, but you're using some of the tools right from Notebook, and it's pretty cool. And there's some other things that you can do that we'll talk about again. As I said before, notice that when you get there, you have this. That's still the line that you drew when you were in the transparent background. Here is one big hint. What if I want to get rid of that? And you're going, I can't get. One thing that you must remember, see this little arrow here? This is a critical arrow. You'll click on it, okay? And then that will take you out of the tool that you're using, the ink tool that I was just using, okay? In fact, if you want, notice here's an eraser. This is a little eraser. This is a large eraser, and we can come down, and as long as it's a line or something like that and not an object, we'll talk a little bit more about that later, you can erase things, okay? So now we've gotten here to the view screens, okay? This is something that you're going to have access to, and I think you do at school. You got to sign up for free. I tried signing up today. It told me I was already signed up, so I went into my school account. It told me I was signed up in my school account. I went into my Gmail account. It told me I was signed up in my Gmail account, so it wouldn't let me in. So I don't know if you have to be at school or what, but it is a really good tool where you can make student-connected activities, and again, that is a little bit more advanced. Here are some of the activities, okay? These are some of the add-ons, okay, that you can add on. These are mostly math ideas. Now, going across real quickly, these are the drawing tools and the text tool. Text tool, okay. We want 14 or 16. You can draw a text box and you're ready to go. If you want a certain color, you can just do that. And then, okay, That's how you add text. And you can figure that out pretty simply, I'm sure. I don't have to go through that. Excuse me, text box. We have a whole bunch of pens, and some of these are kind of cool. If you click on these are the pens, and this is the pen type. So if you click on this, you know, you have a regular pen. Okay, regular pen. Calligraphic, you know, it's kind of, I'm too thick, you know, really right now to really see the calligraphy. Crayons are nice. Let's pick another color though. Okay, crayon. Okay, things like that. Creative pen is really cool. If you want to do something nice, you can, you know, draw lines with that. Squigglies, things like that. Okay, now if you want to take some of these things out, you can also hit that back arrow. You know how to undo. We have the paintbrush. Magic pen. Oh. Hi. And in about 5 seconds, I hope, it starts disappearing. So if you want something to disappear, you know, you want it up there just for a little while and you want it to disappear, the magic pen is the one to use. It'll disappear. Come on now. Go bye-bye. There we go. Okay, I haven't done all the pens. There is a shape recognition pen, which, you know, if you have to draw things, I'm really crying. See? Pretty close. Okay, shape recognition pen. That's pretty cool. And here's the one that, boy, I don't have a, I'm doing this with my mouse now, so it won't come out real well. I don't know what that's going to come out as. It'll try to recognize it. Help. Pretty cool. Thank you. You did well. Okay. That is, again, the text pen. So there's a whole group of them here. You might want to try them. Take a look at those. And again, these are the various lines and colors and so forth that you can select. Color, the color, line color, and so forth. Lines, different size, different thicknesses, so forth and so on. One nice thing also, this is the, I guess, what do they call it? Transparency detector. Okay, let's see if this, I'm not sure this, see, notice what I'm doing now, and I'm trying to click on this. I've got to go back to here. And again, what you need to do, Raj, and by the way, if you have anything, please help. I need all the help I can get.
I'm monitoring the background for some questions. I sent out a couple things to everyone.
Cool. Oh, good.
To get things started, so if they pop up, I'll relay them to you.
Okay, please do. And you know, and if you have anything to add, again, I know we got on late, so all right. See the hello? It's in red. This transparency. Let me just see if I can do this. Hit the transparency, and let's just see if I put it. Notice I'm doing. Notice how it is a lot lighter. It is faded. So that's some of the things that you can do up here. Now that's the menu up there. And if you don't like what's up there, there is a way. Come on now, why aren't you doing this? Oh boy, don't tell me we're having, okay. Now and then it will freeze. If you right click up here, you can customize the toolbar. And you can drag things like if you want a copy or a cut or something like this. Drag it up here, you know, click this, and it will add it, okay? Okay. You can do add-ons. You can add tools in there if you have like one of the pens that you want to use. Okay. Dragging them to or from the toolbar. It says, let's see, I goofed up. Let's do that. Okay. All right, but you can add in things by doing that. Pretty easy. Now, play is how you really learn. So don't be afraid to go in there and play, okay? Now, ladies and gentlemen, what I did was, you know, I made some shapes here, and I wanted to start by showing you some of the things you can do with some of the shapes. Obviously, you're probably pretty, you understand shapes and that. First of all, to make a basic shape, you can click on the shape. I'm going to just collect it. Okay. Now, once that's there, you can set the back. Now, if you click, oh boy, now it's not going to do it. I'm having some issues, so. Okay, that's my paste. Okay, let me get back here where I was. And back here. Okay, this, as I said before, my computer's having a few little issues, so please. See, again, if I go here, select this, now I can go to the background and put in a color, so forth and so on, okay? But I've done that already. Let me just show you why you might like to do this. First of all, here's a little shape I made. Oh, isn't that nice? You might want to do this, okay? If you have a bunch of math questions, you can make some blocks, cover the answers, and then. Now, let me show you what might just happen. Let me go down here. Notice it says order, bring, send to back. Let me just do this. If you run into this, okay, I didn't do it. Order, send to back. Okay, notice now that your 4 is showing through. If you want to cover up something, what you need to do, and this is going to introduce us to this little square, little command thing up in the top right. What you need to do is organize the layers. These pictures can come in layers. Okay? You can layer one on top of another as we're trying to do. So what you do is bring it down here and notice that the 4 is on top of the square. So now you just click on this, go to order, and bring to front. And now this is in front of the 4. So, okay, so it will cover up all of these. Notice it will cover this. Now, if I were here and I went to order, send to back, now you can see this is in front of this. That's one of the commands that you will have in this corner, and there are a number of important ones, okay? While we're here, let me just show you another one. Why doesn't that? Okay, come on, move. Don't want to move, do you? Okay. What if you put a triangle up here, or a, what is that? Is that a pentagon? Pentagon, and you needed several of them. Well, you know, you don't want to go up and draw another and so forth and so on. Obviously, you do a copy-paste, but they've built in a nice command that you can use quite often here. See the clone? Hit clone, and you get another one. Okay? It's pretty cool. Hit clone, you get another one. Or if you're really, really lazy like I am, if you hit this, notice down here a thing says infinite cloner. Click on this, and whoops, maybe I didn't do it. Yeah, there it is, infinite cloner. You're supposed to be cloning this thing. Okay, you can just pick them up and drag them. Now it's working. There we go. Pick them and drag them, how many you want, okay? Now, if you get tired of that, this little infinite, I don't know if you can see it, it has a little infinity sign. Go up there and turn it off, and you get the little, it has the little down arrow now, and you'll get the regular commands back. So, you can get a whole bunch of those. That'll come in, hopefully we'll have time to show you. I have something I would like to show you later that we might want to use that, okay? Now, okay, what's next? Let's go back once. I have a couple of slides here that you might find useful. What I have done with this is, you know, sometimes one of the nice things that you can do, well, we want to insert pictures, of course, and that's pretty simple. Insert picture, And you can insert pictures from several things. From this is my picture file, or my picture files on my computer. I'm going to hit cancel there. I will be able to do it from over here. So in a few minutes, I will show you one of the tabs will have a large number of objects and things that you can use in your pages, or you can do it from the internet rather easily. Okay, if you just happen to be on the internet, let's see where we are here. Okay, I just happen to, for later on, I needed a clip art of a young girl. Okay, the easiest way to do it, and it's kind of interesting with Notebook, is if you just go on one of these, instead of saving the image, just copy the image. And then when you go back to your show, you can just paste it and it shows up immediately. That's pretty, it's a little bit easier. And again, I'm not talking about copyright issues right here, okay? But if you are going to Google and using that to get pictures, you can just do it, copy paste, and it does it very easily. Then you can resize. Let me, while I'm here, show you another cool little thing that you can do. Let me paste that young lady again. You notice that young lady looks pretty good, except for one thing. Notice all that white? Kind of, when you have the white around the picture and with a blue background, it doesn't look really good. So what you can do is, again, click on the picture. There's those commands. And there is a command about halfway down, set image transparency. And this will show you this. And if you start clicking on these areas and then hit OK, looks much better, doesn't it? So that's another nice thing you can do, take away that white. Okay. Again, so those are two of the places that you can get images from. You can get them from your computer. You can get them from the internet. I'm going to just delete that for right now. Jumping ahead a little bit, over on the tabs, if you go down to the second tab, there's a thing that called Gallery Essentials, and you'll see that there are a number of pictures in here that we'll take a look at in just a few minutes, but there are hundreds of pictures in there, or well, thousands of pictures in there, in fact.
Gene, we have a question. We have a question.
Sure.
I'm getting feedback because
I'm hearing a little bit, but okay, go ahead.
The question is, when we get to the saving and SMARTBoard lessons from Smart Exchange, she's having trouble saving and downloading the lesson.
Okay, can we answer? I plan to answer that in about 10 or 15. We're going to get there, okay? And can I say that we will address that in just a few minutes? Would that be okay?
That's fine with me.
Yeah, I hope. Yeah. We had planned to talk about that, and again, there are some issues with the Adobe. What is that? Adobe. Is it Flash in Notebook? There are some of the lessons that have a flash in there that doesn't work. It may not be installed on your computer. And I've run into some of that, and there are some issues that it depends on the version of the notebook you have, whether the particular activity will even run. So they've got, it does get a little bit puzzling, but we'll take care of it a little bit more when we get to that, because I've got a link open down below. We had planned to go there. So if you would be so kind, thank you. Okay, well, where was I? Okay, we're talking about pictures. What's nice? Oh, you notice what happened when I clicked on that picture? I went to a Smart Notebook. Okay. What's nice about pictures too and items is that you can do other things. And one of the things that you can do is link. Okay. Notice this. These pictures can be linked to sounds, they can be linked to web pages, they can be linked to files, documents, things like that. Now, what I did here was I had a file on my computer. In fact, I think I should have mentioned it, that it is a handout there, and it is the latest handout I could find from SMARTBoard regarding the notebook software, the guide. If you want to download it, you certainly may. But what I did was I linked it to a file on this. First of all, I went to a file on this computer and I found the file. You know, you'll browse and you go down to find the file, just as the way I did here. Right there it was. So I clicked on it, opened it. Okay, it opened. Okay, I'm just going to cancel this, and then okay, and it will do this. It will link. Now, the only thing is that when you're linking, you have a choice. When you link a file to a picture or whatever, notice you can have a choice of either having a little icon down in the lower left-hand corner or just clicking on the object. And you can play with that. I have it right now. I'm just going to hit no. If I click on this, notice I have it clicked to the object and it opens the document. Okay? Over here, what I've done, I've linked it to a Google web link. Okay? That if I show you the link here, www.google.com web page, and click on the object. I have found, let me show you this, and again, we're talking about things that sometimes don't work. I'm going to change this to a corner object. Notice now it's a corner object right there. I can't get it to work. And I don't know why. So if you are doing that and linking, this is what it is, it's called linking, and you run into a problem where this corner object doesn't work, just make sure that you select the object itself, and that will take care of that situation. So that's something else you can do with pictures, so forth and so on. Okay? Boy, oh boy, what a mess do I have here. Where am I here? Okay. Oh, Raj, I'm getting bad feedback. Okay. All right. One thing that I would like to show you is, let me go down to the bottom here. How am I going to use this thing when I get it? Before we show you where all of these activities really are, how can you put together something really quickly, easily, that might be useful in your classroom or get some ideas? Okay, number one, this is an attendance thing. Maybe you have a little attendance icon person for each of your students, and each day when they come in, they can come to the SMARTBoard and put themselves in as present. Help you to take attendance. Wouldn't that be kind of cool? Very easy to create. Now, first of all, what I do is, since you're going to have many students in class, and by the way, you can also go to the reason I went to Google and did a image search for young boy, young girl, you can also make them, you can get the culturally correct image clip art for each student if you wish to do that. But to create something like this is pretty simple, but it involves one other new little step. So I'm just going to clone this picture because I'm going to need lots of guys. Okay, I'm going to bring it up here. Say we have Roger in class. I'm going to do this. I'm going to click on the text. I want a 12. Let's see if I can do this. Okay. R-O-G-E-R. Roger. Okay, there it is. The only problem is, okay, let me just move him over a little bit so he looks perfect. Oh, that's wonderful. There he is. But if Roger comes into class and says, okay, I'm here. Let me just go back. Now, notice I'm at that text thing. I need to go back up to here. Grabs him. Uh-oh, what happened to the Roger? What we need to do is put these two pieces together to make them one. And it's very simple. Highlight them both. Just outline them both. You'll see that they're both highlighted. Click on one of the downs, and we got to group them together as a group. Now that it's a group, notice it's one item, and you can bring it over. All right? So, again, that's a little something different, too, about grouping. And if you want to put two items together, and this is how you can create these. So you could create that as many as you want. And again, what you may want to do, how many guys do you have? Well, you have 15 guys in class. And notice, you can just start dragging how many ever you need and make as many as you want. So you could make up an attendance thing. And this would be a cool little device that you could use for taking attendance in the morning. Also get the kids doing something. And they could use the SMARTBoard. They like to do that. So just one little idea. One other little thing that is kind of cool is this. Let me just, I have it here. Notice I went here. Notice this. This says SMARTBoard Notebook Internet Browser. Browse to any, wow. What does that mean? Okay, let me just get a free page here. I have a free page here, okay? And you can put a browser on there, just as the way, it's one of the add-ons, okay? And you go here. Let me just, to save some time, just go into this one. And go down to the bottom. Mouse, come on. Okay, and at the bottom, there is an address, okay? All right. I hope that works, okay? Okay, now, if you do this and click on this, I'm hoping it takes time, by the way. This is slow. There it is. There's the NF. It'll take you to the, you can actually put a web page on your browser. Notice I click this pin. That means that I've pinned this URL, this address, so that it'll stay there. It won't be new each time, okay? And then you can do certain things with this, okay? What? Hey, Raj, they're collecting our information. I don't know where, that is interesting.
You should see what I'm collecting.
Yeah, no, okay. I'm going back to the district home. I better not. I don't know where that went. That one is a little puzzling to me. I've never seen that one before. But anyhow, you can actually add a web browser to that. Okay, and that's pretty simple. Oh, I'm sorry. Where are we? Okay, right there is, I think, where no. Uh-oh. I forgot where it was. I'm going to be honest with you. Anyhow, it's one of the tools that you can add in. Okay, anyhow, I want to get to answering the question. Notice now that, you get a pretty good view of the internet. And also, you know what I was impressed with, Raj? Our website is setting itself up so that it can be viewed with almost any device, even a SMARTBoard Notebook file.
Yes, yeah, that's part of the new Blackboard.
Yeah, it's pretty nice and pretty, you can see it very, very nicely. So it's good. Let me go back a minute. Notice back here, When I clicked on this, I went to a file that I said I had on my computer. Well, there is one little issue here that might be, what if I want this file on a different computer? And I clicked there, and I did not have that notebook file on that computer. Well, that could create a problem, couldn't it? So what you can do, over here, there is a clip, paper clip, okay? And what I did was, let's see if I can do this, what did I do here? Okay, all right, that's exactly what I did. I want to make that smaller, and I want to keep getting rid of some of this stuff. Okay, what you can do is, I went to this, I found my file, and I just dragged it in. Okay, it already says it's there, so I'll hit yes, and it'll overwrite it. And you can put these files, embed them into your notebook. Okay, so if you have a file that you want to use in a, in a notebook thing, recommend that you put the clip on. You can do that, or you can hit insert and then go a copy of the file, and so forth. You can go through that, but I just drag them in, and it's a lot easier that way to me. Okay, and that way they're there. And if you're on a different computer, you're still viewing. You'll still be able to view the document or get the document. So this is going back to the tabs now. We have, this is our show, which is a disaster. This are the files that we're embedding, putting into the program. And now this one is the one that kind of we need to talk about a lot, because it has a couple of different things that you find very useful. You'll notice that if you click on it, the top will say Gallery Essentials, and that there are 6,545 items. And they're broken down from pictures to interactive media, files and backgrounds and themes, okay? And you can do different things. Let me just go back and get a fresh page here so we can play with it, okay, now that we're here. Just for example, backgrounds, I mean, you can go down here, just browse down, and if you want to pick on this, you can insert it in the notebook and so forth, okay? Insert it on all pages. I only want it on this page. There we go. We have inserted, and there's the little, pretty simple. They have for different times of the year, so forth and so on. As you go down, you'll see different, you can actually get different pages if you're doing math, things like that. Take a look through if you want. Is this the one? I know there are a couple of them. Let's see if I can get this one. Insert in notebook. And there, if you wanted to write, that might be a useful page. Okay? These are some of the pages that you can find in the Gallery Essentials. Okay? Let me go back to Gallery Essentials. Okay? And now, going back up, going back to the top here, pictures. If you wish to look for a picture, and this is where I got that boy from, I recommend that you search in the singular. In other words, don't put on like boys or cats. If you type in the word boy, you're more likely to come up with something, okay? And what I did is I found this little guy down here, okay? And let me just get to another blank page to show you how easy it is. We're getting some feedback, Raj. Raj? Raj, I muted you. We're getting a lot of feedback, okay? I'm going to unmute you now, see if it's any better. I'm getting kind of a lot of feedback from Raj. So, Raj, I'll turn you on in a minute, but boy, we were getting... Yeah, still. And I can't hear a thing you're saying, so I don't know what's going on. I'm sorry. Anyhow, To get a picture, just drag it in. Okay? Now, going back, if you have picked up, say you picked a picture up, let me go back here, from, where were we? Oh, is it still here? I don't even know if I still have it anymore. The internet. Where are my slides? I probably erased it. If you were on, let's say we were on the internet and we got a picture, okay? And well, we can use this one. And you pasted the picture in here. You went to the internet. Let me get it so we're clean. We have a picture from the internet. Rod, you sound clean now. Are you there?
Can you hear me?
Yes, you're clean now. Okay. Yeah. It was very, very loud before, but okay, we're cool. Anyhow, a picture here. And you know that maybe you got this on the internet. You know you're going to need it again, and you don't want to save it into your My Pictures. There is on here a little tab called My Content. Okay? And you can store things here. It's like a folder where you can store pictures, notebook files, your own background themes, so that you can use them over again. And you can save them. That way you don't have to go search for them again. You don't have to go into your computer again. It makes it a lot easier. And it's pretty easy. See, you have it there. I have two that I've saved. I just drag it over, drop it, and now it's in My Pictures. And anytime I need to access that particular picture, I can get it again. It's called My Content, and it's basically a storage area. There are some things that I have saved here that I can use when I need them. So that's a kind of convenient little thing that you might want to take a look at. Okay, you can add folders in here. You can, again, whatever you can do that, add that, whatever. Okay, now, so that's kind of a real quick, basic introduction. Now, I will tell you this, that going here, these are basically, this will take you to the effects where you can put in the background, fill effects, so forth and so on. And this one down here, all kinds of stuff. Really good things, but we can't cover that in 1 hour. You might want to take a look at it yourself, okay? Lesson record, you can record lessons. There's an image web search you can do here. You can build your own activities. I think you have to have an account. And there, SmartBoard, things that if you're interested, we could go over in a later webinar. Now, how do you save these things? So let's take a look. This is, I'm not sure I want to save this. Okay, obviously you can save this by going to File, Save As, right? And we could save it easily. But you can do other things. Notice if you go down to Export As, you can export it as a PowerPoint. I wonder what that thing is going to look like. New backup PowerPoint. We'll take a look at that in a minute and see what happens. Or, okay, it's still doing it apparently because, okay, it doesn't want me. Okay, now it's done. Okay, let's see if I can just find this silly thing. Oh boy, I have no idea where it is and I'm not going to be able to find it. Okay. I can't find it. Anybody see it? I don't, Raj. It does. Duh. Yeah, it's here. Okay. Okay.
You can't do a Control F on your home screen.
Okay. File. Open. Let's try if we can see if we can find it on this PC. There it is.
There you go.
There it is. Okay. So it saved it as a PowerPoint. Notice that I don't know if I put in all of those, but yeah, there's some of it that are pretty good. I'm not sure I'd ever want to do that, but you can do it. Okay.
The reverse is true.
Yes. let's see, this is, okay, this is, I haven't saved this one. I've got a weird thought, Raj. File, open, oh no, we have to import, I apologize. Is file, we'll have to import, don't we? Okay, let's go down here. Where was that? Right there. That's the one we just did, right? Let's see what happens when we open it. SmartBook with editable objects. Oh boy. It's converting the PowerPoint back into a, no, this has gone full tilt, I don't know. Okay. No, not too bad, I guess. See, and notice it's not quite the same. Boy, okay? But some of it's the same. So anyhow, these are some of the things you can do. Let me get rid of this one and hopefully get back to one that I have messed up completely. Now that you've gotten a whole bunch of the, seen what you can do, let's show you some places that you can use to find really great sources of activities and so forth, and we'll try to answer that question that came up before. If you go down to, notice it says if you're going down, there's all kinds of things that we're going to have to do there, but Smart Exchange. Now I have found out that by clicking on that, absolutely nothing happens, so I'm not going to click on it right now to save our time, but you can try that at home. If not, just copy it and paste it in your browser, and it will take you to one of these places. I think this is it. Is this it? No. Okay, where did I close it? Probably. Yeah, I'm smart. Exchange. There it is. There it is. Okay. Exchange.smart.com. And this will bring you to Smart's catalog of activities that they have. Some of them are notebook files, there are images, sounds, there's all sorts of things, okay? And if you, this is the home page, I'm just going to click on the search right there. Hopefully goes somewhere. It sometimes bothers me. Okay, and now you can select the types that you want. For the most part, I would pick on notebook lessons, okay?
Gene, we have the person who asked that question like
Yeah.
to be unmuted, and
sure.
so she can.
Sure, please do. Okay, this would be a good time. Thank you.
Okay, it's Lisa. Lisa.
Oh, Lisa. Yeah, sure. Lisa, you there? Hello, Lisa. Lisa? Well, let me go on, and Lisa, if you are, if you come join us, just, okay, Lisa, are you there?
Hi, I'm here.
All right, now you had a question about Smart Exchange.
Yes, this is where I've come into problems
Yes.
in the past.
Yes.
When I find a lesson, and I do a lot of these types of lessons, they're great.
Sure.
I can download them, or I've opened them in Notebook Express, but I have trouble saving them into the file. And that's where.
Okay, yeah. All right. And
know.
again, there are several things involved here, okay? For example, this one, when you click to preview, it looks really good.
Yeah, it does.
But when you go to download it, I think you get blocks.
Yes.
Okay? Let's just show you. Yeah, and this happens, and I wish I knew the exact answer other than sometimes it. See, that's what I get.
I do too.
Yeah, and I again, part of it is, I believe there is, what do they call it? Is that Adobe Flash?
Probably.
Yeah, and I've gone to a couple of them and it says Adobe Flash no longer works or it's been deactivated because there are some issues with Flash and security. So some places have disconnected it. So some of these will not work. I went through, what I did was I typed in attendance up here, and I found a whole bunch of them. Some of them were actually spelled wrong, but none of them worked. Okay? Yeah, so you do have to look. I do recommend that you narrow the results to SMARTBoard lessons, and yeah, you're going to have to check and see if that particular one works with the version that you have on your computer.
Right.
And I have 19. This is 19, which is supposedly the latest. And, yeah, and it doesn't work with all of them. So I know that there are some issues, and I think there are some really old resources here that they have not updated, and they just left them there, and they're not really that good, to be honest with you. Okay?
Right, right. Well, now I'm switching to a K1 self-contained this year, so I need more interactive lessons for my SMARTBoard, and that's why I've been kind of trolling around this site.
Okay. We only have 4 minutes, so let me do this if I could. May I suggest something that, strangely enough, last night as I looking on my iPad, and for some stupid reason, on my iPad I have this app called Pinterest.
Oh yeah, I have it.
And it stands, and look at this. I went in there and did a smart notebook search.
Right. I've done this too.
Yeah, there's thousands of things in here. So you might want to look there. You know, and again, if you have, great. You know, there are all kinds of things that you can find. I have to admit, Pinterest has been taken over by a lot of teachers, and there are a lot of good things there, you know, in spite of
Oh, there are. They're very good. And
the only thing that bugs me is these teachers pay teachers. I love teachers pay teachers. This is a place where you can go and purchase teacher-made materials, and actually you can sell things there too. But some of these items, if you go there and say, oh, this is really good, and then they want you to pay for them, of course. So just be careful with that. Another one, I don't know, have you been to Live Binders?
Not in a while.
Yeah, try Live Binders, because that also has, I just did a quick, so, you know, just looking. And again, many of these, they don't have a lot. Yes.
Do you think, Gene or Roger, I know you're both on,
yeah.
Do you think that if I have trouble downloading and saving these because of an Adobe Reader or Adobe Flash Drive issue, I should just see if I could get a work order put in to get that process?
I'm not sure, Raj, I'm not sure they would even do that. There are some, and I think this, and if I'm saying Adobe Flash, I think there are some, what they call security issues. People are using it to check in. So it may be that you can't use it with that. And I'm not, secondly, I'm also not sure whether the board would put that on there.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know.
Got it. It won't hurt to ask.
No, it's something that I don't think that that's that we can really answer. But
I understand.
Yeah, but that is one of the problems with some of the things here. But again, it is a place where you can go search through some of these items and find some really good materials, hopefully. And what you can do, again, is the one thing that I do like about these is once they come down, you can adapt them, you know, to your own needs. That's what makes it a little better. So yeah, absolutely. And again, I wish I could be more positive about some of these things, because notice up here it says sign in, join for free.
I saw that. Yeah.
Yeah. I did that this morning, and I signed in and I put my password in because I have it, and it says no, that's wrong. So I said, well, I'll just create a new one with my school email. It says you already have one, which I don't. Well, then I'll create one with my Gmail. You already have one, which I don't. So then I tried to forgot password. It would not. It said no, there's a mistake there. So I don't know what's going on. I think maybe they need to revisit this a little bit too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like you say, I'm changing grades all the time in
Oh.
special ed. And I try to stay on top
Oh, yes.
of what's going to make my kids more motivated. And especially
Yeah.
with KN1, they need to be actively moving.
Oh,
And these
sure.
SMARTBoard activities are phenomenal. They are
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, and if you can
And
get the kids touching and using that screen
yes, they're
too,
all sensory. Trust me, they're
yeah,
sensory
they
seeking, and
love
I
to
need
go up there
more of
and
that.
play with it. So again,
Oh, yeah.
hey, it's 10 o'clock.
Oh,
And
I thank you for letting me unmute, and I'm
thank
sorry to
you.
everybody
And
else
this
for
is what a
taking.
webinar, and to the others, if at any time you wish to talk or have comments, please let us know, because webinars need to be two-way rather than Roger and I just talking. So, hey, want to thank you for joining us. What we're going to do is, again, in 1 hour, you'll get a quick little thank you. I hope. I tried to set it up, as I said before. This new format for GoToWebinar is a little something. And if you have questions, it should be in the survey. Put them in the survey there. If not, if there is a problem, email us. Send us an email. Let us know if we can be of any assistance. If you'd like to extend this and learn some more about some of those items, those little squares that we couldn't get to today, and there's so much more that you can do, or over in here, let us know. And with that, we'll say, hey, have a good day.
Gene, just
yes.
one final thing. I noticed that there are some handouts.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if you mentioned those at all.
I did quickly. There is a handout, and basically what it is cannot find the link file. See, I messed around with, was that latest guide, which is to version 17. That's the latest
17.1, yeah.
Yeah, that's the latest I could find. If you didn't download it and want it and don't want to go, I'm sure it's, because you have notebook software, it's not any plagiarism or copyright violations. I'd be glad to send you a copy. Just let me know. How's that? And with that, thanks, Raj. And we'll be seeing you, and some of you, I guess, in another half hour or so. I'm going to try to rinse out this computer and get it started again. And, take a look at
There were people, anybody using the Lenovo, their school laptops today, there was an update out there that I think had an issue with some people signing on, as it created for me.
Oh, dear.
That's why I couldn't start GoToWebinar and
you know what?
So I'm jumping back and forth.
Okay. I wonder.
So it was a update that had you it was automatically shutting down and restarting.
Oh, wow. Oh, yeah.
Sign in and stuff. So it was,
yeah.
That may have been an issue for some, as it was for me.
Okay. Well, thank you. And again, thank you for joining us. Have a good day. And some of you will see in a half an hour. If not, we hope to see you again soon. Take care.
Very, very good. Have a great day.
Okay. How do I close this thing now? It's all new. Take care. Bye-bye.